Did you know some of India's greatest treasures were never meant to be found? We hear stories of hidden gold vaults filled with jewels, unimaginable riches buried beneath ancient temples. We imagine kings hiding their wealth from invaders, protecting it for future generations. But what if this is not the whole story? What if the true purpose was not to be spent, but to remain hidden forever? This is the story of a treasure so vast it could change the world, yet its true value has nothing to do with money. What is the real meaning of wealth in Indian thought? The legends speak of vaults that must never be opened. They talk of curses that protect these chambers. Modern minds dismiss this as superstition, old tales meant to scare thieves. But in the Indian worldview, a curse is not just a magical spell. It is a warning, a way of communicating a sacred rule across centuries. A rule that says some things are not for human hands. The gods give wealth and sometimes the gods demand it back. Dr. Arun Kapoor was not a treasure hunter. He was a historian, a man obsessed with context, not gold. For him, a single potsherd could tell a richer story than a crown jewel. He spent his life in dusty archives, deciphering brittle manuscripts, forgotten scripts. He believed that history was a conversation with the dead, and he was a patient listener. He was a man of logic and reason, who saw myths as cultural data, not literal truths. He scoffed at tales of curses and supernatural guardians, seeing them as simple security systems of a bygone era. Yet one legend held him in its grip. Arun was haunted by the mystery of Vault B, the unopened chamber in the Padmanabhaswamy Temple, Kerala. The official narrative was simple: a sealed vault, a sacred warning, and a government respectful of religious sentiment. But Arun's research pointed to something more complex. Fragmented accounts, letters, and colonial-era notes hinted at a far older, stranger story. He felt a growing unease. The popular story was a convenient fiction, a veil over a deeper truth. The Padmanabhaswamy Temple is a universe unto itself. It stands in the heart of Thiruvananthapuram, a sprawling complex granite gold. Its gopuram, or tower, rises into the sky, a silent witness to centuries of devotion. Here, the deity Vishnu reclines on the serpent Ananta, dreaming the universe into existence. The kings of Travancore did not call themselves rulers, they called themselves Padmanabha Dasa. The entire kingdom, its people, its wealth, were surrendered to the deity. This was not just a political statement, it was a profound philosophical one. The king was a mere caretaker of divine property. Within this sacred space lie the vaults, known as Kalaras. 6 have been documented: Vault A, Vault B, Vault C, Vault D, Vault E, Vault F. When the Supreme Court of India ordered them opened in 2011, the world watched in awe. Vault A revealed treasure. Vault B remained untouched. Vault C revealed treasure. Vault D revealed treasure. Vault E revealed treasure. Vault F revealed treasure. There were sacks of diamonds, golden idols, intricate jewelry. The symbol on Vault B was a cobra. Its hood flared, its eyes seemingly alive. It was not a depiction of aggression, but of guardianship. In Indian law, Nagas are not mere snakes. They are powerful beings who inhabit a subterranean realm filled with jewels. They are protectors of the Dharma, the cosmic law. The cobra on the vault was Ananta, the infinite serpent upon which Vishnu rests. Opening the vault was, therefore, an act of disturbing the god's slumber. It was an act of cosmic arrogance. This was the story the priest told, passed down through generations, its power undiminished by time. Arun spent weeks studying the iconography of the Naga. In tantric traditions, the serpent represents Kundalini, the dormant spiritual energy at the base of the human spine. When awakened, this energy travels upwards, leading to enlightenment. The vault could be seen as a symbol of the Muladhara chakra, the root support where this energy lies coiled. This was the height of the British East India Company's expansion into southern India. The company was not just a trading firm, it was a military power, an empire in the making. It extracted wealth through treaties. It extracted wealth through taxes, and honestly, outright plunder. The princely states, including Travancore, they were forced into subsidiary alliances, becoming vassals of the British. They were forced to pay enormous tributes to maintain so-called protection. This was a period of immense pressure and economic drain. Official records showed Travancore, despite its legendary wealth, struggled to pay these tributes. The kingdom was pushed right to the brink of bankruptcy. This was Arin's first major inconsistency. If the temple held such unimaginable riches, why would the king not use even a fraction to save his kingdom? The Padmanabha Dasa concept was powerful, but would it really hold up against complete loss of sovereignty? It just seemed illogical. A king's primary duty is to protect his people. Surrendering wealth to a deity was noble, but surrendering the kingdom to a foreign power seemed like dereliction of that duty. The breakthrough came when Arin located Colonel Ainsley's unpublished diary, held in a small private collection in Scotland. He had to pull, quite a few strings to get access, but when he finally held the leather-bound book, he knew he was close to the truth. The diary was filled with the casual racism and arrogance of the colonial master, yet it was meticulously detailed. Ainsley documented everything: the weather, his own dark deeds. He saw himself as a clever operator, outsmarting a civilization he deemed inferior. The diary was his private monument to success. Ainsley described the plan in chilling detail. He had identified a disgruntled prince, passed over for succession, and exploited his resentment. He promised power, he promised wealth. In return, he demanded access to the temple's hidden vaults. The colonel dismissed the Nagabandham and the curse as childish folklore. He wrote, "They believe a song can hold a door shut. What fools, a few strong men, a crowbar." He documented how they bypassed the main entrance of Vault B, using a secret passage known only to a select few in the court, a passage that was later sealed forever. The diary described the treasure. Armed with this devastating new information, Arin looked at the mystery of Vault B with fresh eyes. The story of the Nagabandham was not a lie, but a repurposed truth. It was a powerful narrative co-opted by a guilty prince to conceal a terrible act of betrayal. The curse was real, not supernatural, but psychological. A man cursed by guilt, projecting it onto the stone door to hide his secret. The fear around the vault was the ghost of historical trauma. Arin saw the public asking the wrong question. It was not whether to open Vault B, but what they expected to find. They expected a hoard of gold. They expected jewels. Ainsley's diary suggested the most valuable items were not material wealth: scrolls, strange devices, a treasure of knowledge. Perhaps the vault was a library, not a treasury. Ancient science, philosophy, history. Arin reached a dramatic conclusion. The stolen treasure was the outer shell. They took the gold because that was all they valued. Like thieves stealing gilded book covers and leaving the text behind. Most knowledge remained, but not all. Ainsley had taken one scroll. So, what is the shocking truth behind India's greatest treasures? It is that we have been looking for the wrong thing. We search for gold, for jewels, for material riches. We are blinded by the glitter just as Colonel Ainsley was. We fail to see the real treasure hidden in plain sight, encoded in myths and symbols we dismiss as superstition. The story of Vault B is a lesson. The real wealth of India is not buried in the ground. It is woven into the fabric of its culture, its philosophy, its stories. The mystery of the serpent's gaze is solved. The cobra on the door is not just a guardian of gold, it is the guardian of a story. A story of faith betrayal, the enduring power of narrative. It teaches us that the most effective locks are not made of steel, but of ideas. A culture can protect its deepest secrets by wrapping them in a cloak of myth that commands respect for centuries. The Nagabandham was not a magical spell, but a cultural one, and it worked perfectly.